Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How are you guys today? Um, it's nice outside. Like, I don't know if it's like hot because I haven't been outside. I don't do outside like that. Like, we're not friends. But it's nice and cloudy and the sun is not shining and I am a-okay with that this summer. Like, man, I know that probably sounds crazy. Everybody's like, oh my god, how do you not like sunny days? And it's not that I don't like sunny days, but man, sometimes in the summertime, you just need it to be not hot. So, I'm continuing to color this picture in Girls with Poem. Like I stated in my last video, this is kind of a picture that reminds me of my daughter, and her birthday is tomorrow. I cannot believe her birthday is tomorrow, to be honest with you. It's like it came up so fast, you know? So I've already explained what happened with like the video and everything and the skin and stuff. So I'm gonna work on her hair and then add a few finishing touches on her skin just to kind of, yeah, finish it up, I guess. So how's everybody doing today? Like, everybody having a good Sunday? Everybody having a good chill day? Did you go to church? Did you like hang out at home with your family or your boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever it is that you guys have going on? Yeah, like I said, I cannot believe that my child will be 3 tomorrow. It's really weird because I can still remember when she was like this tiny little 5-pound bundle that I was bringing home from the hospital. And she's this like loud, rambunctious, adorable, occasionally, because sometimes she gets on my nerves, I'm not gonna lie, a little person with this huge personality. Like, I'm not even joking when I tell you she's only 3 and this kid has the personality of a 16-year-old. It's ridiculous. I do not know what I'm going to do with myself when she's actually a teenager. Like, how do you handle, if you have teenagers, how do you handle that? Especially teenage girls. I'm like super nervous about it. But I'm not even gonna think about that because she's not there yet, and I am not ready to think of her being there yet. So, yeah, it's just a period of reflection, I guess you can say. I don't know. Like I said in a previous video, I did get a new job, and I'm kind of excited about it. Like, I'm excited to start. I'm excited to, learn the ins and outs of the job, but I'm also really nervous. I'm not really like, I don't know, like I can talk to people, and it's funny because sometimes I'll have a conversation with people, and then other times it's like I'm super shy. I'm always nervous about where I'm going or conscious about where I'm going and what I'm doing. It's weird because I'll have like these moments where I'm fine and I'm like, I look good today. I feel good today. I don't care what anybody thinks. And then other days it's like, oh shit, what if I'm not wearing the right color? What if I don't look a certain way? What if somebody says something to me about what I'm wearing? And I know you shouldn't care about things like that, but I think it's still kind of a throwback to when I was in middle school. What?
I want to get with color.
Uh-huh.
Mine, I'm color.
So then go get your book and your crayons and color. Girl, you got a whole section of books and crayons that you can use to color. All those books that I bought you? Really? Yes.
I'm watching Batman.
Then watch Batman. I'm watching Batman the animated series, and she loves this show right along with me. So
Whoa, you're so heavy.
What do you mean I'm heavy? You're not trying to lift me. You're trying to stand on my back. Move.
You're so heavy.
Get off.
No.
Really?
No.
Anyways, so yeah, I've decided to like teach her about move all the cartoons that we used to watch, because I feel like cartoons today aren't bad, but there's just something about putting on. What? In a little bit. But there's something about old school cartoons like Looney Tunes, Animaniacs, Ninja Turtles, Power Rangers, Batman, Yu-Gi-Oh, all those Saturday morning cartoons. There's something feel good about them. Before they got like, I don't know. I mean, watching them now is funny to me because there's a lot of innuendo that as a kid I never noticed. I'm sorry if you guys hear her in the background. Yeah. I do not have a babysitter, and usually she's like in the living room with her toys, but she's decided that because I'm filming and my attention isn't 100% on her, that it is appropriate to come and interrupt me. So, and I feel like kids have this like radar when you're doing something that you want to do or you want to enjoy, where they come in and, well, let me just go ahead and interrupt what mom's doing because I want to do something, and because mom is doing it, I need to interrupt. One of those, because that always seems to happen. It never fails. I could be coloring, I could be like, it really honestly doesn't even matter what I'm doing. She will come and she will find a reason to be all up in my business, you know, like she just, oh, mom's coloring, I want to color too. And she wasn't even thinking about it until I picked up my book and pencils. So, but anyway, back to the cartoons. Yeah, I mean, there's some cartoons that are like really good, but, I don't know. I guess it's a nostalgia thing for me. I want her to kind of see some of the cartoons that her dad and I grew up with, like Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z, some of the old movies, the Disney movies, Disney princess movies especially, you know. Like I got her dad for Valentine's Day 2 years ago bought me the entire DVD collection with the movies of Sailor Moon, which, man, I was excited about that. Let me tell you, I watched those several times, and they like stay. Nobody is allowed to touch my movies. So, I love those movies so much. Like, I sit and watch them over and over and over again, because that used to be my show. That show. And I remember being like 5 and 6 years old watching Golden Girls and Designing Women before I went to school. Like, what kind of 5-year-old watches Golden Girls? But yeah, I've always been like that. I did not care. I thought it was just the coolest show to watch. Those were the coolest shows to me, to watch. And I still watch them to this day, and I find it so funny now that Golden Girls has gotten so popular again. They're doing reruns and they're showing it on TV, which is great for me because I have the show on DVD on my computer, and I watch it a lot whenever I'm feeling anxious or like depressed or something, or you know, just not in a good mood, I'll put Golden Girls on, like the whole series, all 7 seasons, and just watch them. Watch it all the way through. And by the time I'm done with the show, I'm feeling much better. You know, like, because it's just a good show, you know? Like, I feel like they broke a lot of um, barriers with that show. So my daughter watches that with me. She likes she loves the theme song. So whenever she hears the theme song of it, she'll watch it. And it's the same with Batman. Wow, that was awkward. You better clean all of that up, because that was not like that when you came in here. It's like she sees a lot of the stuff that her dad and I watch. We watch a lot of anime. We watch a lot of like TV shows that we watched as a kid, because now, you know, now they're putting them all on DVD or Blu-ray, and we want her to enjoy them just as much as we did, or we hope she enjoys them just as much as she did. She's, you know, we don't want to force her to grow up just liking the stuff that we liked. I even got like the older Pokemon movies and the show, like on DVD when it first came on, and she loves Pokemon. Like, whenever she sees the logo, she'll go, "Look, mommy, it's Pokemon." Or she'll try to watch it. And I think she just watches it for Pikachu.
Pokemon, mommy?
Uh-huh.
Hi, I can leave it.
What?
I can't leave it, Pokemon.
Yeah. What about it?
Okay, I say Pokemon.
Girl, you wasn't even thinking anything about Pokemon until I said something. Go on, sit down somewhere.
Okay. How much you want?
She's so smart now, I swear. I don't even know where she gets half of this stuff from.
Look.
Kids. I'm sorry if I say or like a lot. I apologize. I don't do it on purpose. It's just how I get my thoughts together. It's not a conscious thing. But when I do recognize it, I try to ignore it. Is this hair? I do try not to do it often. I'm just going to pretend that's hair because I don't know.
Mommy, I did it. I cleaned up.
Good for you. You should clean up. Yep.
My house, Mommy.
Your what?
My house, Mommy.
Why are you so busy? You're shaking the table.
Sorry.
Okay, if you're sorry, that means you're not going to do it again. You don't apologize if you're going to keep doing it.
No.
So, yeah. I mean, that's just how I feel about cartoons. Why? Why do you feel the need? I don't understand. You see stuff and you continue.
No.
Go. Just go.
No.
Out of my presence.
No.
Go. Because you're tearing stuff up, and I really need you to not do that. Why must kids be so ridiculous? Like, can I just... Is there somewhere that you can leave your kids for a day so you can get some peace in your life for, like, just 24... I don't even need, like, 24 hours. Just enough time for you to get some kind of peace and relaxation and... Because, man, these little kids... are just drama. That y'all drive me up a wall, y'all. Like, y'all don't understand. Sometimes So I learned how to do hair from Color and Chat with Sammy. Oh, is it raining? Oh, no. I thought it was raining. So I learned some hair techniques from Color and Chat with Sammy from this book, actually. She did, it was when she got the Holbeins, and she did I think she's done this page, and she did this page. On camera. So I really like this book, and it took me a while to actually bite the bullet and buy it. And I tell you, it was so, sorry, it's Poison Ivy's weird ass plant. Like, that woman is nuts. I don't care what anybody says. She is certifiable. Like, I don't do my stuff exactly like Color and Chat with Sammy, but I did learn some things from her, and then other videos that I found on YouTube. And like, I mean, I said before that I don't really do the whole, like, I can appreciate realist coloring, but for me, like Chris Chang, colors like Chris Chang, because man, her work is beautiful. Like, I wish I could color like that. I wish I had the patience to color like that. I do not. I will not lie and pretend that I have the patience to color anything like of the sort like Sammy or Chris Chang, but I will watch their videos all day because I really like their artwork. But for me, personally, realist coloring just, it gives me a headache. Like, if I were to do it myself, it just gives me a freaking headache. Because I know my stuff doesn't look necessarily real. But man, all that detail. For me, detail is a nightmare. Like, I get it. Adult coloring is like, oh, well, but I guess what people assume separates adult coloring from kids coloring book is the detail. But if you're an adult and you're coloring, it's automatic. For me, in my opinion, you're automatically adult coloring. Like, I don't think having a whole bunch more detail is that big of a significant change to differentiate. Like, kids coloring books, yeah, they're like 99 cents, but you can get adult coloring books for 99 cents too. So what's the big deal? Like, why does it even have to be called adult coloring? Just call it coloring. You know, like, just say, oh, yep, I like to color. Big whoop. Ooh, wind is blowing. I think I'm gonna walk up to the store and get some tea. This hair is gonna be really complicated for me, and I hope it comes out right. Don't judge me if it doesn't. I'm not saying it's gonna be perfect, because I've done better. I've done decent looking hair. I just am nervous about this one right here because there's a lot of texture, and yeah. But okay, but what I'm saying is, I see when I read reviews and stuff, people complain about, oh, there needs to be more detail, it needs to have this, it needs to have that for it to be considered adult coloring. I thought this was an adult coloring book. It's not. There's not a lot of detail. And, you know, I'm just gonna say it. That's bullshit. Like, there does not need to be a crap load of detail for it to be considered adult coloring. Because there are so many books out there on the market that don't have a crap ton of detail in them and don't have um, all the stuff that some people assume should be in adult coloring books, and they're still considered adult coloring books. And they're good, like they're good books. That there's books out there that are like that are similar. I mean, kids get Disney adult coloring books. I have Disney adult coloring books. I mean, kids get Disney coloring books. I have adult coloring books, and I give my daughter books. There's books that are in my collection that my child likes to color in. And she's a kid, like they weren't super expensive books, but she enjoys them. Got good, decent paper, and I mean, people buy the Create Space paper, but that paper is like freaking 99-cent coloring books for kids, so that you can get at Michael's. Those books that Michael's has. And it's funny because everybody has their own preferences. I'm not knocking people who like the detail, and I'm not knocking anybody who doesn't like detail. If there's like for me, if there is a ridiculous amount of detail and it's like the Morphia books, those books to me are absolutely gorgeous. Like, I love the artwork in them, but they're not something I would color in all the time because there's so much detail in it. I hope I'm making sense and I'm not offending anybody. I'm sorry if I am. They're absolutely fantastic looking books. They really are. But I will color in them. I color in them so rarely because of all. There's so much to color. Get that out of your mouth. Like, I really enjoy those books. I enjoy the pictures. Shoot, and it's funny because my husband doesn't really color. Like, he'll color with me occasionally, not all the time. He liked it. He thought that it was a beautiful book. And he was like, man, I wouldn't even color in it. I just keep the pictures just to hang up on my wall. Cool, right? Like, I didn't think I would hear him say that about any books that I bought, But
Mommy?
Girl, go sit down somewhere. Get from under this table. Come out. Now. I'm tired of repeating myself with you, child.
No, you said,
Sorry about that. What was I? Yeah, but they're books that I really color in. But my friend, one of my best friends, she loves those books. Like, she colors in them. She loves books that have like a lot of detail. And that's what she colors. I'm not gonna begrudge her the fact that she colors in books with detail. For me, tiny details, it's like I get so limited time to color because I'm constantly trying to make sure that my toddler isn't burning the house down. That detail for me is just a headache, and it just looks like a lot. Like, I want to be able to color my picture. I don't want to have to pick a billion different colors because I never plan my colors out. So that is a nightmare and a half because it's like, oh crap, like, what am I gonna pick? And I love them, but I color in it when I'm feeling a certain type of way, when I'm in the mood to color, or when my daughter is like taking a nap and I have the energy and the drive to color books that detailed. But just because a book has a lot of detail. And then I still color in Crayola books, and I still get coloring books from Michael's. You know, like I said, the dollar section, the impulse buy section, where you can pick up a coloring book for $1. If I see something like they had a SpongeBob one and it was the last one, I was like, oh hell yeah, I'm picking this up. It's SpongeBob, you know, like if that makes me a kid, I don't care. But I noticed when I was reading some reviews on some books that I was looking at that people were complaining and saying, oh, it doesn't have enough detail. I thought this was adult coloring, not kid coloring. And I don't really understand that statement, you know, because at the end of the day, we're coloring stuff. It doesn't really matter whether it's adult coloring or kid coloring, because people still buy Create Space books. And those books, yeah. So, I mean, their paper isn't the greatest. Their paper kind of reminds me of a kid's coloring book. I said, like, they love the Jade Summer books. And, you know, you can always photocopy it onto better paper, but I guess I don't understand what the difference is, if I'm making any sense. And I'm starting to repeat myself, so I'm going to shut up now. I don't know. I kind of laugh when I read reviews on stuff, because you kind of have to take reviews with a grain of salt. Like, you can't really, what's the word I'm trying to use? You can't really always depend on reviews. I'm not saying that you shouldn't listen to some reviews, but some reviews are just ridiculous. Because you can tell that some people are just mad salty, that are like so salty and nitpicky over it's raining. Yay! Oh, I love the rain. Oh, don't get caught outside. Don't get caught outside. Run, girl, run. Sorry. Sorry, that was rude. But, yeah, my windows are open, and I love the rain. I love the way it smells when it rains. That is like one of my favorite smells. I wish they could bottle it. Whenever something says, has like the title rain, ocean rain, or some BS like that, you can tell that it's not gonna smell like the rain. Like, you just can't mimic that, and it just smells so good. There's nothing like it. I wish if they had an air freshener that smelled like rain, I would use it. So back to what I was saying. Yeah, I listen to reviews or read reviews on products, because to be honest, some people leave like so seriously funny reviews about stuff, and they might be a joke review or something like that. Like, there are people that troll review, but some reviews you can tell someone is like mad salty that's about something, or they don't like the company for whatever reason. They just decided to leave, you know, a review for whatever reason, even though they've never used the product, or they pick something that's really petty and nitpicky to complain about throughout the whole review. And it's like, but if you read the description, which more people should do, I feel like people do not read descriptions or instructions. Like, it's there, the information is there, and it'll tell you about the product. You just have to read it, you know? And they'll just refute, like, and then they'll get mad because nobody told me this and that. And it's like, if you had read the description, you wouldn't have been caught with your pants down, you know? I read this one review. I was buying a sewing pattern because I sew, and it was for my daughter. I read this review on Amazon about a sewing pattern that was out of print that I couldn't find. And the woman, I guess she thought that she was getting the items that were displayed on the sewing pack. On the review, on the sewing pattern. And when she got it, she was mad that there was a bunch of paper, because when you get a sewing pattern, it's all like tissue paper, and you cut that out. You cut out the shapes, and then you put them on your fabric and cut it out and stuff like that. And she leaves this review that says the seller lied to her, and it was just like the product is a lie. It was just a bunch of tissue paper. And I was just like, I just laughed. I had to laugh. It was one of those situations where you just laugh and laugh, because it's like, dude, what? You can't be serious. Like, yeah, it was pretty funny. And I love reading reviews like that, because it's a good way I know I probably sound ridiculous right now, but to me, it's a good, hilarious way to get your entire life. Because, I mean, when you do something like that, or when you put yourself out there and you put that stuff on the internet, you kind of, I don't know. I just feel like somebody should have told her what a sewing pattern was. Like, does she need somebody in her life to tell her what a sewing pattern is? Like, how did she think that was gonna work? People just order stuff. Don't read about it. Don't look it up. Don't try to figure out if it's a good product. They just see and click. And Amazon makes that so easy. I don't know how many times I really wish that buy in one click thing required a password every time you used it. Yes, it's raining. It is really raining, y'all. I am all for it. No, okay, but I cannot tell you how many times my daughter has clicked the buy with one click thing, and I've had to cancel an order because I've left my phone on my bed, and she's a 2-year-old, almost 3. Why would you walk your dog out in this? I don't understand. I love people watching. I really do. No, but and I've clicked it accidentally a few times, because I've had situations with older phones where my phone froze, and trying to scroll it, I hit that button, and of course the order went through, and I'm just like, and I wish that they had, like, do y'all know if that's a thing? I need to look on my phone and see. I'm using it to record right now, but I need to look and see if they'll allow you to password protect that, because I feel like that would be a safer thing to do. Like, I understand that there are people that want a quick and easy